episode of Diamond Deck Discussions Unfiltered. If you don't know us, thank you for watching us for the first time. If you do know us, you know how this goes. I'm Coach Jace. That's Coach Rob. We're here. We're going to talk baseball. Winter meetings has concluded, Coach, and my goodness, they did not disappoint. All right, winter meetings were a hit. We got multiple big names off the board. Defending champ Dodgers making moves. Phillies making moves.
That they weren't supposed to make,
Weren't
but they
supposed to
made.
make. Pirates seem to be in on everyone. Didn't make any moves.
Hey, hang it.
The O's come out of nowhere, make a big move. We got the report last night. They were interested in a certain player that we're going to talk about. They ended up signing that player to a huge deal today. So there's a team that is in big trouble when it comes down to players that they have lost. We'll talk about that team too here in a little bit. But Coach, to open up the episode, we're going to change this thing up a little bit. Actually, we're not changing it up too much because the last few we've kind of started with a little bit of college football. So we're going to stick with that here. We're going to give ourselves about a 20-25 minute span of college football talk. We got bowl season is in full effect. We got Army versus Navy this weekend. And then after this weekend, next weekend, Bama kicks it off. Playing in game one of bowl season Friday night. That's the only game on Friday night. So next week. So again, if you're just tuning in, if you're watching this live, thank you for watching. Kids, get your parents' permission before you listen to us. Make sure you follow us, like us, subscribe, all the social medias, Diamond Deck Discussion, D-Deck Discussion, Diamond Deck Pod. Find us everywhere. We're on Facebook, Twitter, or X.
Twitter.
TikTok. Instagram, YouTube, and all streaming platforms out there, Spotify, Amazon, iHeartRadio, whatever you have, we're on it. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for tuning in. But, Coach, let's kick this thing off. Bowl season in college football. And, my goodness, before we get to bowl season, we just had breaking news right before we started this thing. Michigan Wolverines fire their head coach, man.
They do. So they fire Sharon Moore for, and look, this is not allegedly, we're just reporting what's going on.
We're going
to
quote exactly what Pete Thamel said.
Pete Thamel said, and I'm going to pull it up here because you sent it to me.
Right.
Michigan head football coach Sharon Moore has been terminated with cause effective immediately following a university investigation. Credible evidence was found that Coach Moore engaged in an inappropriate relationship with a staff member. And that is from Pete Thamel. Yep. Now, I will say this, and I was at my dad's house when all this got brought up, and he said, and I quote, they already had this. They've been having this for 2 years sitting on it. They've been knowing about this inappropriate relationship, but he was winning.
He kept it. Well, he did when
he kept beating Ohio State.
There you go. He kept winning the big game.
So they did one of these and all of a sudden, oh shit! Wait, you just lost to Ohio State. Hey,
yeah.
You over there that has all the inappropriate relationship stuff, bring the paperwork over here. Hey, you're fired, bud. Yeah. So now with everything going on in college football, all the coaching jobs that were open, this and that, right? Everybody's gotten hired. So who the fuck is Michigan about to hire? There's no one. There's no one out there. Penn State still doesn't have a fucking coach.
Well, they do. They hired an Iowa State guy.
Penn State still doesn't have a coach.
Michigan did appoint an interim head coach for now. That did happen. I don't know who. I think it was the offensive coordinator or QB coach, or I'm not too familiar with
sure.
Michigan football.
No,
that's where one of my cousins played football at.
Okay,
but
you have him on here.
Yeah, dude. I mean, what just breaking news? Holy shit!
It's crazy, but it should have happened. You have a quarterback in Bryce Underwood that verbally committed to LSU. Now then all of a sudden Dave Portnoy, the owner of Barstool, offers him $10 million to go, hey, here's here's all this money, come to Michigan. He goes to Michigan, and they've won. They beat Ohio State. They beat Ohio State the last 4 years. This year, they do not beat Ohio State. And that is the one thing you have to do as a Michigan Wolverine. You can go 1-9 or whatever the fuck it is, 1-10 or what?
1-11.
1-11, yep. Sure. You go 1-11, but you will beat Ohio State. That is your one win. But let me tell you this: Ohio State's a fucking powerhouse. Michigan is not.
Yeah, but we got to remember, Michigan was on a 4-game win streak.
Sure.
Versus Ohio State.
Sure, with J.J. McCarthy.
Well,
I'm sorry, with Blake. Who's their running?
No, with Connor. What's his name? Stealing signs. Connor.
Stallions. Connor Stallions.
Yeah, with him.
That was only 1 year though.
Oh yeah. Biff. I'm gonna say Poggi. I'm not sure if that's right. Poggi has been promoted to the interim head coach. I'm not sure what his.
For what, their bowl game that everybody's opting out of? Sure.
Yeah, probably. I'm trying to just see real fast what his actual role was, but I can't find what his damn role was.
Whatever.
It just says he will serve as the interim head coach effective immediately.
Spell it. Spell his full name.
Biff Poggi.
All right. Let's see if we can go. Let's see if the old.
You find this real quick because I can't. I don't know.
All right. Let's see if the old Wikipedia has something to say. College coaching career. He's just an associate coach under Sherrone Moore. He was first hired by the Wolverines as an analyst in 2016, for 1 season under Harbaugh. So
he was the associate head coach, is what he was.
Okay, listen to this shit.
All right, tell me.
So Poggi returned to university. This is reading straight from Wikipedia on Biff Poggi's page.
Definitely reliable.
Yeah, 100%. In 2015, Poggi returned to the University of Michigan as an associate coach under Sherrone Moore, a position he held there from 2021 to 2022 under former head coach Jim Harbaugh. He was first hired by the Wolverines as an analyst in 2016, serving for 1 season under Harbaugh before he returned to coach high school football for the next 4 seasons. So he's a high school football coach.
Yep.
Coaching Michigan in a bowl game.
That's tough.
He coaches. He got his first win as a head coach against South Carolina State in his first game in 2023. As an FBS. He was at Charlotte. That's what he was. So he was at Charlotte as a head coach and then came back to Michigan as an associate.
Okay.
But he went, in his 2 seasons at Charlotte, he went 3-9, 3-7. So, sure. Good job, Michigan.
Yeah. All right. College football playoffs. Let's talk about it.
Yes. Okay. So look, everybody is kind of stunned at this bracket. All right. So while we're talking about the bracket, I'm going to go ahead and pull it up.
Yep.
College football playoffs bracket. Here we go. Okay. So your 1 through 4 seeds, I can fully agree that they belong there.
And should be ranked exactly where they're at.
Correct. Indiana should be number 1, 100%.
Yep.
Ohio State, I fully agree. You have your 1 loss is to fucking Indiana. Yes, absolutely. Georgia, number 3, 100%. I'm in. I'm in with that. Texas Tech, thank you for beating the fuck out of BYU. BYU should not have been there. If we're being honest, the quarterback was number 47. So that's the only reason I don't want them.
That's the only reason
the only reason I don't want them in the playoffs to begin with.
Yeah.
Let's just start there. Number 5, we have Oregon.
Yeah.
I'm in. I love Dan Lanning. I agree with everything thus far.
I agree. I think it's the right call.
Number 6, Ole Miss.
This is where it gets iffy.
So this is where it gets iffy because the committee has come out and said that they don't necessarily want Ole Miss to have a playoff home game without their head coach, and they ended up giving it to him. That's fine. I'm okay with it, but there's concerns, right? Number 7, Texas A&M. I'll be honest, they hadn't played anybody all year, Coach.
I mean, look, here's the thing about it. I wouldn't say they haven't played anybody, but they have a right to be upset. Okay, when you put an Ole Miss and Texas A&M, when you put their resumes side by side, A&M has the better resume. They both have the same record. A&M's loss came at the end of the year. We know this already, to crosstown rival Texas. And when you look at the two, A&M's everything is better than Ole Miss's just about. So for them to be ranked 7th because of one loss is the problem. And now look, they lost at the worst time, right? We see this all over the sport. All right. Alabama's a 3-loss team, but one of those losses came in week 1. It wasn't held against them. All right. Ohio State's a 1-loss team. They lost in the conference championship. It wasn't held against them. Georgia's a 1-loss team. That one loss came earlier in the year. Wasn't held against them. They're still number 3. Texas Tech has a loss. They're number 4. It wasn't held against them. Like, A&M just lost at the worst time. You can't lose the last game of the year because that's what people remember.
Against Texas, who didn't even make the playoffs.
Yeah, but still ranked team. They're still good.
No. I agree. They
team.
found their niche or whatever. Arch Manning started going off kind of towards the back half of the year, right? I'm just looking at A&M's schedule from this year. The only notable win that I can see that you had was against Notre Dame, and you won by 1 point. You won 41-40. Then you play Auburn. You beat them 16-10. Auburn not ranked. A&M played Mississippi State. They won 31-9. Sure. They beat Florida 34-17. They beat Arkansas 45-42. Arkansas fired their head coach. You beat LSU 49-25. Sure, LSU sucked dick this year. You beat Missouri, who had a decent team this year, actually, 38-17. You beat South Carolina 31-30. South Carolina not fucking ranked.
And don't forget that game you were down 30-3 at halftime.
Right. You literally have one ranked win. Everybody else wasn't even a ranked fucking team.
Yeah.
So now you have to go in and play Miami. And we'll talk about Miami in a fucking second because this is I don't know. I don't know how to call it. I don't know your opinion on it. But anyway, A&M, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Right? Number 8, Oklahoma. After Mateer got hurt this past year, I didn't think that they would be a playoff contender. I didn't think they'd be a playoff team.
Yeah.
But they are.
Boy, that defense, though.
That defense is insane. The defense is insane. I will give them that. Yeah. Same thing with Texas Tech's defense, too.
Yes.
Texas Tech's defense and Georgia's defense.
And Ohio State and Indiana. I mean, look.
Correct. The reason why the Big Ten championship had this final score was 13-10 is because they both have phenomenal defenses.
And missed field goals.
Sure. Yes. If Ohio State makes a field goal, game's tied 13-13, and we might see a completely different ballgame.
But don't forget, earlier in that game, Indiana was kicking a field goal, and the guy came on the announcer, he's like, "Oh, the best kicker in the Big Ten," and boom, pushed it right.
Yes.
So it would have been 16-13.
Yes.
Had we just made a couple chip shots, by the way.
So Oklahoma, in my opinion, deserves to be there, I guess, and we'll see. We'll see what happens because they have to play number 9 Alabama. And this is where everybody has a fucking problem.
Yeah.
Alabama, do they deserve to be in? Do they not deserve to be in? I don't know. I can't call it because Alabama, if they're in, they're going to put up a fucking dogfight. They might win. They might get to Indiana, and they might win. There is a possibility. It's not like fucking Ole Miss versus Tulane to where it's a 16.5-point spread.
Or Oregon versus JMU.
Where it's a 24.5-point spread.
Yeah.
You have a 3-point spread here, which I don't know if that's true or not, so don't quote me on that. But it's a small spread in this game.
Let's see what DraftKings got.
See what DraftKings has, because Alabama, in my opinion, yes, they're a 3-loss team. Yes, they had -3 rushing yards in the SEC championship.
Yeah, dude. How about that?
But
LSU had more rushing yards than Alabama last week, and they didn't even play.
yeah,
It's crazy.
very true. Very true. I had to think about that one.
A lot of teams in the like 100 and what 110 teams in the FBS had more rushing yards than Alabama, and they didn't even play.
Yeah, how the fuck you end the game with -3 rushing yards and you have a touchdown still? I don't know.
Hey, bro, let me just say this. If Georgia's defense plays like that throughout this college football playoff,
They win it all.
They win it all.
100%.
I mean, that defense was hitting. They were hitting hard. The offensive line couldn't stop them, and Alabama has a good offensive line. I mean, you got a first rounder on that line. You got a second rounder on that line. Like, they have a good offensive line. But Georgia's defensive line, that front seven was absolute.
Oh, it's insane.
Dogs.
Well, Georgia's offensive and defensive line every single year is all 6'7", 320 fucking pounds.
Yeah, according to AI here, just quick thing on here, Oklahoma's opening as an early favorite of 1.5 is the spread.
Okay, very tight.
Yeah,
very tight spread. Now, this is kind of where number 10 Miami comes into play. Number 10 Miami.
It's the right call. It's the right call.
They didn't play in a conference championship game just like Notre Dame. They also beat Notre Dame head-to-head during the season.
Mm-hmm. I'm not going to contradict myself here because we got to remember Miami Notre Dame was week 1. And I just said
correct.
These teams weren't being held against them in week 1. And here's where let me end this whole thing with here's the problem that everyone has if you're not a Miami fan. Okay, here's the whole problem. Notre Dame has been ranked ahead of Miami the whole time.
Exactly.
If they were ranked ahead of Miami the whole time and they both sat on their asses that same weekend and did not play,
why did they move?
Did it just magically happen?
Yep.
That is the whole problem. If Miami would have been ranked ahead of Notre Dame,
yep,
nobody would be having this conversation. The problem is Notre Dame was ranked ahead. Yeah. And they both sat on their asses the same weekend and did nothing to improve or hurt their resume.
Nothing. A damn thing.
And for whatever reason, the committee said out of nowhere, oh, now that week 1 head-to-head actually matters, Miami, you get 10 spot, Notre Dame, you're left out. Sorry. Right. Go kick rocks.
I don't know how that happened.
And I hate both teams. I give a fuck about both teams.
So the thing was, right, if Duke beats Virginia, right? Which they did. If Duke beats Virginia, no ACC team gets in. That was the whole argument.
Yeah. Because that's the way the committee had it set.
Notre Dame was going to get in. What we talked about. Like, we talked about that. Nobody gets in. No ACC team gets in.
Or if BYU would have won, BYU would have got in.
Yes.
And Texas Tech would have dropped back to probably the 7 seed, and we would have
both of them would have got in.
We would have saw Oregon move up to 4, Ole Miss to 5,
correct.
A&M to 6.
Correct.
Texas Tech to 7 probably because they won in the first game, and BYU in the 8. Right. Maybe flip those two, whatever.
But Texas Tech fucking mollywopped them.
Yeah.
And so, but here's the argument that a lot of people are saying, well, Georgia mollywopped Alabama. Mm-hmm. And Alabama's a fucking 3-loss team getting in the playoffs. Let me tell you something. The committee, yes, they're a little fucked up, and we'll explain why in a second. But I play NCAA, the college football 26 video game, right? I was a 3-loss Arkansas team. Okay, in my dynasty, I had 3 losses because I played.
Fans would love you.
I played in a conference championship, and still got in at 9th. I lost because there's other users. I haven't won a fucking user game yet against TJ or Sage or any of them. I'm fucking pissed off. Right now, the UConn job is available, and I'm thinking about fucking taking it.
Oh boy.
Okay, but right now, like, I got in, and it happens every year. A 3-loss SEC team gets in over an ACC 2-loss team over a non-conference Notre fucking Dame, a non-conference Notre Dame, and I'm going to move on to 11 and 12, and then we'll go back to Notre Dame real quick. I know we're 20 minutes in already, but give me 5 minutes.
Yeah, we can keep talking about it for a little
bit.
Sorry.
So 11 is Tulane and 12 is JMU.
Yeah.
Let me explain something. I understand what the committee is trying to do. They're trying to create a Cinderella story. They are. They're trying to create that Cinderella story. Oh, Tulane wins it all, which would be great for the state of Louisiana. That's fine. JMU, holy fuck, they go on a run here, whatever. Let me tell you something. These motherfuckers will not make it out the first round of the playoffs and will never make it out the first round of the playoffs. Some are all going back to coach is fine. That's cool, whatever. But it's a fucking joke. It is a joke. Go back to 2007 when the fucking BCS was in charge of all this shit. You had the best two teams in the country going for the national championship. Go back to that. Let the BCS fucking committee choose this shit because this is bullshit. This is 100%. You should have Notre Dame and sure, BYU is your 12 seed. But if anything, Notre Dame should be ranked right after Miami.
Here's my whole thing. And it's just what you said. I saw 20.5 that opening game for Oregon and JMU. You saw 24.5, I think is what you said just a while ago. If your opening game in the college football playoff is a greater than 10-point spread,
I think greater than a touchdown, greater than 6.5.
Something wrong. And I am a very old school minded guy. Like, I am not part of this new school, walk around my hand out, want everything given to me. I want to work for that shit that I want to fucking earn it. So that way I can go in bed, lay in bed at night, look at myself in the mirror and say, man, you fucking earned that.
Yes.
Like, that's how I am. To me, because you are a JMU or a Tulane, I don't give a shit what your record is. You didn't earn. And here's the problem, okay? Here's the issue that we run into. Look at what happened when we just gave a team an opportunity. All right? It was a couple years ago. It was TCU that got in. Now, granted, they beat Michigan, which is a big deal.
Sure.
Okay, sure. It's a big deal, whatever. And Michigan won it a year or two later, whatever. We're not talking about a year or two later. We're talking about that Michigan team.
Yeah.
And they weren't good enough to beat TCU. But TCU
They didn't have
wins,
the best quarterback in the nation, J.J. McCarthy.
and everybody said, oh, TCU's got, man, look at what TCU did. Look what TCU did. No, when TCU faced the real team in the championship, that was Georgia.
Was the 4-team playoffs.
Yeah, and it was Georgia, and Georgia railroaded them 63-7. Everybody turned that shit off at halftime because the game was so boring.
Yeah.
Like, we can't give out participation trophies.
This is exactly what it is.
This is a participation trophy.
100%.
We signed a deal because we got rid of the Pac-12 and we went to a Power 4 instead of a Power 5. So how do we make sure everybody still feels rewarded for playing in not a Power 4 conference? You give them these 2 slots. No, stop giving people 2 slots and put the best 12 on the field at all times, no matter what.
It needs to be the best 12 teams in the country, and it's not.
No, it's not.
Notre Dame does deserve to be in, but they also should get in a fucking conference.
Yes,
which pisses me off.
Well, here's what's going to piss you off even more. Did you know this? Every sport except football is associated with the ACC.
In Notre Dame?
At Notre Dame.
Well, so
football is the only independent sport at Notre Dame.
They did play.
I think
they did play an ACC schedule this year.
5 games. That's part of the agreement. They have to play 5 ACC, a minimum of 5 ACC games. That's part of their agreement for keeping football independent.
Did you see their schedule next year?
Yeah, they can go 12-0 with you and me coaching.
Yeah,
I mean they're playing fucking Marpaw High School.
Well, hold on. Marpaw High School is it's a notable high school.
Yeah, it's a notable high school.
Maybe. I don't know. So they lose the first 2 games of the year against Miami and A&M, right? Miami and A&M both in college football playoff.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
They beat Purdue. Okay. You beat Arkansas. Okay. You beat Boise State. Okay. You beat NC State. Sure. I didn't know NC State had a fucking football team, to be honest with you. USC, you beat them. Basically, you go fucking undefeated. Stanford, Syracuse, Pitt. You beat Navy 49-10. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Like whatever. Speaking of Navy, going Navy this weekend. Obviously, I was in the Navy. But I hope both teams have fun. But Notre Dame, in my opinion, they don't deserve to be in the playoffs. They don't. You had a cupcake ass schedule, and there's no way.
Yeah, dude. Look, it's one of those things that I blame this 100% on the selection committee, because if you would have had Miami ahead of Notre Dame the last 3 weeks like you should have because of the head-to-head, none of this would even be a fucking conversation.
Let me tell you something.
None of it would be.
The ACC was a weak ass conference this year.
Yeah, you got a 7-5 Duke team that made it to the championship and won.
In my opinion, Miami shouldn't be in the motherfucker either.
No, I mean, I agree too.
If we're going to best 12 teams, they aren't the best 12 teams in the country.
But who else would you put in above them? Not BYU.
I'm not putting BYU in.
So that's what I'm saying. Who else is after that?
I'm going
Vanderbilt, you go Texas, and Vandy.
I'm going Vandy. I'm going Texas. Bama stays in. I'm honestly.
If you had to get rid of those 3 spots, though, I mean, we're in agreement on Texas and Vandy, but who's that last spot? Like, who gets in that last spot? I do think it's either Miami or Notre Dame. Flip a coin, but I got to go with one of them. I mean, look, I got to.
Fuck it. Give it to Akron State. I don't care. I don't look.
And look, here's the problem. 12 teams is already too many, and this bullshit is going to lead to a 16-team playoff next year, and probably for the rest of the time.
And somebody said,
and I can't stand it. Adding more teams does not
solve
the problem.
It's going to end up being every bowl game, which is I think this is what they should do.
Yeah.
Right. So bowl games don't matter. Obviously, we've seen
teams are opting out.
We've seen so many teams opt out. So many 6-win teams opt out. That's why they have 5 and 7 teams getting to play bowl games.
Right.
So here's what you do: you make the entire bowl game, everything, a fucking playoff game, and you go 32 teams, and you just do it. You go 32 teams, and you have each bowl game means something. That way, you keep all your sponsors. You keep everything. You keep all your bowl games. Or you have no bowl games and you have your 12-team playoff. That's it.
Yeah, but they want the money, so they're going to take the sponsors.
Exactly. So here's what you do. You take all the bowl games and make them matter. And the only way to make them matter is to make them playoff games.
Yeah.
So you go 32 teams and you call it a day, which in that case, every fucking SEC team would make it in the fucking 32-team playoff.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, dude, it's just...
At 32 teams, you'd have 16 bowl games. I don't know how many there are now. I think there's way more than that.
I don't know how many there is.
But then, at that point, you get a 17-game fucking season if you end up winning it all. Right?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, look, here's where bowl games have gone. And look, I like Snoop and everything, but we have a fucking Snoop Dogg bowl game.
We have a Snoop Dogg bowl game?
Yes. It is literally called Snoop Dogg. Hold on. Let me get the actual name of it. Somehow my computer's dying, and I don't know how.
Is it plugged in?
Yeah, it's got the charger thing on there, but it was at half, and now it's showing red. Snoop Dogg bowl game. Snoop Dogg Arizona Bowl is what it's called.
Snoop Dogg Arizona Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Kind of making me nervous here.
No, don't be nervous.
I don't want my shit to die.
Is it plugged in on that end?
Yeah, like I just unplugged it. The little thing went away. The screen went dim. I plugged it back in. Screen lit up, and the little thing's back. So
you're good. Don't worry about it. But let's talk Notre Dame real quick, and then we'll get to baseball. We're gonna get to baseball. I promise, because they did have some big signings, and we definitely want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Notre Dame, should they be in a conference?
Yes.
100%.
They should be in the ACC, and I think what their AD is doing.
I don't think so. They just have a weak ass schedule.
Well, no, I understand, but they should be in the ACC specifically because all of their other sports are on an ACC. So football, it may not be the only one, but football is one of the only sports at Notre Dame that's still independent. The basketball schedule, the baseball schedule, everything is ACC compliant. except football. It's the only thing that's independent. So what the deal is with the ACC is you have to play a minimum of 5 ACC teams in football to keep the agreement going so you can stay an independent football only school. So they're in the ACC and all these other sports, but you're independent still in football. That's the problem. And I think what the AD is doing here recently with some of his comments is really just trying to piss the ACC off, whether he's trying to get out of it, whether he's trying to avoid going to a conference. We heard just recently he's talked to Greg Sankey with the SEC. Maybe that means something. Who fuck knows about that? But
Greg Sankey's already came out and said that there's only 2 teams that are allowed to join the SEC, and they are formally, and it's actually in the bylaws, in SEC bylaws. The 2 teams are Georgia Tech and Tulane. And
yeah, former.
Yeah, and you left.
Oh, did it die?
No.
Did it? I still got screen up, but I don't have.
You were not on my stream.
I don't have a mouse.
Oh, buddy.
Huh.
Did your laptop just die?
No, it's showing. I mean, it's still up. My screen just went black, but it's still up. I'm logging back in.
Your screen went black. How are you fucking logging back in?
I don't know. My screen went black. I'm back to my.
Okay, log back in.
I'm trying to.
We apologize for technical difficulties, folks.
I don't know what's. Like I said, it shows it's charging. I don't understand.
If anything,
let's see.
If anything, I can swap around.
Let's see if this lets me rejoin.
Bear with us, folks. Bear with us.
Yeah, I told you I got nervous, bro. I don't know what was happening.
I don't know either.
He said, "Oh, don't worry about your phone."
Well, fuck.
It says connecting.
It's happened to me, and you know it.
Oh, yeah.
It's. I don't understand it either.
It's just odd. Like my computer didn't shut off. So.
Oh, there we go. We're back.
I'm still showing we're at 32 minutes, 20 seconds.
Absolutely. Let's go. Because Jason's back, everybody. Wait.
I'm waiting to find it. I thought you were going to give a round of applause.
Oh, I did look at the round of applause, and I thought the crickets was more appropriate. But no, so Notre Dame, until they join a conference, I don't think they should be allowed in playoffs at all. If we're being 100% honest here, until they join a conference or have a tougher schedule, I think you should schedule at the beginning of the year four top 10 opponents.
Four top 10
Are we? Or is that too much? Is that too little? Let us know. I see we got some people watching.
The problem is you can't just schedule 4 top 10, right? Like these schedules are made years in advance.
No, and that's fine. But like some perennial top 10s, right? Like you have
schedule Ohio State more, schedule Florida, schedule A&M, schedule Texas,
you know what?
USC more. And look, USC.
Where Notre Dame is where? Notre Dame's in Indiana. Let me pull that up because I want to know where Notre Dame is.
Schedule perennial top teams: Bama, Georgia, Texas, Miami.
They're in Indiana. Okay, so there you go. So here's what you do: you don't schedule the ACC. You don't have an ACC schedule. Why? Why?
I just told you this.
No.
It's part of the deal. You have to schedule 5 teams.
How long is that deal?
I don't
Make the deal with the Big Ten. That's what I'm saying. Make that deal with the Big Ten. So where you're in Indiana. Why not play an in-state opponent? Why not play Indiana, who's number 1 in the fucking nation right now?
Yeah.
Why not?
Because they know they're going to be.
Exactly.
I'd rather have a better looking resume.
Play Indiana, play Ohio State, play Michigan, play Penn State. That might be a fucking win. They don't have a coach right now. They're not going to have a fucking coach because nobody's out there. They don't have a coach.
Brian Kelly's going to go to Michigan. It's going to be fine.
Sure. Brian Kelly's retired. Let me tell you, as soon as he signed that contract at LSU, he retired. That's why LSU did what the fuck they did. Because Brian Kelly did not give a single fuck once he saw what his buyout money was, and he hoped that he got fired sooner.
Yeah.
That's the conversation I had with my father. My father knows, he knows best. I will say.
Very smart guy.
Very smart man. But make that deal with the Big Ten. If you really want to compete, and I saw something that says that fucking Notre Dame now has something to wear in the committee, with the playoff committee.
Yeah.
They have to be at least number 12. They will get in the playoff every year as long as they have such and such wins, whatever. Fuck that. They don't deserve to get in unless they join a fucking conference or
Hey, like I said earlier, here's a handout. Everybody gets a participation trophy. Congratulations.
the only way they deserve to get in is if you don't let Tulane and JMU in.
Yeah, 100%.
You let Tulane and JMU in. If you let Tulane in, I'm okay with that because they'll go to number 12. But you have to make Notre Dame number 11 at that point. What? What? Oh shit! Was Sherrod Moore married?
I'm not going to show it to the crowd unless they just saw him.
Was Sherrod Moore married?
That's funny.
Was he married?
I have no idea. Anyway,
I don't even know how to fucking spell his name.
SHERRON MOORE. Sherrod Moore. Anyway, SHERRONE. I don't really know what I said. There's too many R's and E's in this damn thing.
Because it should be on Wikipedia. I hate that I'm using Wikipedia to see.
Yeah, it's not your finest moment, you know?
Oh yeah, he's been married. He's married. Holy fuck, that's embarrassing for Michigan fans. That sucks.
Yeah, imagine how him and his wife feel.
Oh yeah, that too. That too. That sucks, dude. Holy fuck. All right. Well, look. Now that we're done with college football playoff talk and college football talk, let's move on to MLB, where we have Jeff Kent goes to Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Jeff Kent got voted in winter meetings, and we're also curious, does he give his speech with the rest of the inductees in 2026? How does that all work? I don't know. I wish we did. That'd be fun to know.
Probably something we had time to look up, just didn't.
Yeah, we did, and we're gonna guess here and say that he does.
Yeah, we'll go what he does.
Because I would assume that he's with the 2026 class.
Yeah.
Right. Which that ballot is fucking awesome. I cannot wait to see who gets inducted. I hope everybody votes. Here's the issue: nobody fucking votes anymore.
Saw a ballot. Saw a legit ballot from.
Yeah, they have one.
David Wright.
Yeah.
You got 10 votes on a ballot of what? 30 players, 40 players,
It's something like that. I think it's 30.
and you voted for one guy. Come on, man. Come on. Like we gotta start taking votes away.
I'm 2 for 2, so
We gotta start taking votes away from people. We gotta change this. You gotta have a minimum of certain votes. You can't have a maximum of 10 votes and vote for one guy.
no. I mean, Jeff can't deserve to get in.
Well, this ain't part of that. This is the selection committee. When your time runs out on the ballot, you go to a committee and they can vote you in. It's a committee of 16. You need 12 votes. Like this has nothing to do with the actual ballot itself.
Yeah. No, I'm with you, but I mean,
I'm
this
too-
guy,
me too.
attaboy. So I mean, Jeff Kent, he had a fucking 17-year career. Like Jeff Kent's a dog, dude.
Jeff Kent is arguably the best second baseman ever play a game.
What's crazy is he got drafted by Toronto, right? And in the middle of his rookie season, he gets traded.
Yeah, he got bounced all over. This guy played for what, 7 teams, 8 teams, something like that? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 teams.
I got 6.
I mean, mostly known for his time.
I got 6 teams.
6.
Giants, Mets, Dodgers, Astros, Blue Jays, and Cleveland.
Well, this has his numbers with Toronto, Mets. This is on Baseball Reference.
Okay. Toronto, Mets.
Oh, and then Mets again. Never
Yeah.
mind, I'm done.
Yeah.
Indians. Why did that? Oh, because you wore 2 different numbers. That's why.
Right. Okay, so he
stupid,
has
sorry.
so 6 different teams, 17 years. Jeff can't. I mean, look his career numbers. I mean, you're looking at him and where's his career batting average? I don't know about fucking R bat plus whatever the fuck that is. That's some
Career
idiot.
batting average is 290. Homers 277, which is the most all time for a second baseman. He had 251 homers.
All time for a second baseman.
Yep. 251 homers as a second baseman exclusively. Second to him is Robinson Cano at 319. Look, this is a guy that, again, one of the best second basemen we've ever seen play this game. This guy is an absolute dog, all right?
Especially defensively, because I mean, offensively, so he's gotten. So in '97, he was 8th in MVP voting. In '98, he was 9th in MVP voting. He was an All-Star in '99.
Five-time All-Star.
26. So 5-time All-Star. He's got MVP votes. He's been a Silver Slugger 4 times.
He is an MVP.
Yes. In 2000, he's the MVP. He had 334 that year.
Yeah.
Which is insane. It's not. What Judge hit this year?
With 33 homers. I mean, you got to remember, this is a second baseman.
Yes.
It's a different ball game.
Yeah.
Second basemen are supposed to hit 300 with 10 to 11 homers.
100%.
That's the second baseman in everybody's mind, right?
Yep.
I mean, look, this is a guy, again, leads all second basemen in homers. RBIs for second baseman are near the top at 1,518. He has 8 seasons of 100 RBIs or more. That's the most among all second basemen. He has 1,282 games hitting cleanup as the second baseman. That's the second most hitting cleanup as the second baseman. I mean, look, this is a guy that was in the middle of everything, mostly known for his Giants career. As Coach Rob said earlier, bounced all over the place. But this dude was an absolute stud. When he played, he was one of the best players on the field at all times. And we got to remember, he was always on the field, okay? This guy, from the time he became a full-time player, which was his 5th season in the league, again, in San Francisco, his games played of 162 went like this: 155, 137, 138, 159, 159, 152, 130, 145, 149. And then age 38 years old, it goes down to 115. 39 years old, he plays 136. 40 years old, played 123. This is a guy that was always on the field. He loved the baseball. He loved being on the field. He loved competing. Dude was an absolute dog. And
the exact opposite of Anthony Rendon.
I knew that's where you're going.
Exactly.
100% deserves to be in. I'm glad the committee put him in. Now, there were multiple guys on this ballot, like an A-Rod, Barry Bonds. His teammate was on there.
He's next. Barry Bonds is next. His name is coming. I feel it.
Here's the only bad part. A-Rod, or I don't know about A-Rod, but I know Barry Bonds for sure was below the threshold to be on the next ballot, which I believe is in 2028. So Barry Bonds and a couple other guys have to wait till 2031 before they can be back on the committee selection ballot. So we won't see Barry Bonds for at least 6 more years. I think Barry Bonds is going to be blackballed like Pete Rose was, and we won't see him get in until he's gone.
So Pete Rose was a lifetime ban, right? Then he died.
Yeah.
I would hate to see the same thing happen with Barry Bonds.
I believe it's going to.
I would assume.
I mean, look,
but the way Barry's living now,
oh yeah,
and somebody's going to live till 95, 96.
Yeah, he's doing all the things.
Yeah, he'll live to the year 3000. That's how math works.
that is definitely.
But so then you go and like, I don't know. I mean, Jeff Kent, yes, he's 100% deserving. But you have so many players out there that are deserving. Like the committee. Another committee that pisses me off.
Yeah.
Another one. 100% another one. But let's move on. The Tigers. The Detroit Tigers signed, not our LSU Tigers. The Detroit Tigers. They signed Kyle Finnegan to 2 years, $19 million. They needed more pitching. They need more pitching.
You need more bullpen.
You have Scooble that can give you 9, but you don't want to give you 9 every time. And Scooble's probably he's about to get traded. Let's be honest. The Dodgers are in pursuit of him.
The Dodgers are going to get him.
They're in pursuit. They are. They're in pursuit. And speaking of the Dodgers, I think we should move some things around, Jason.
Let me just talk about Finnegan here for just a second. Because he got traded from the Nats last year to the Tigers. He finished the year off with the Tigers. He was really good with the Tigers. 16 games he pitched in. Those 16 games he threw to a 1.5 ERA. 18 innings, only 9 hits, only 3 runs. All of them were earned. 1 homer in those 18 innings. You love those numbers. Only 4 walks. 18 innings, only 4 walks, 23 strikeouts. Really good numbers there. We have his highest ever strikeout to walk ratio. When he got traded in those games, it came out to a 5.75. His next highest before that was all the way back in 2020 at a 3.18 with the Nationals. This guy that's a one-time All-Star. Like, is he a game changer in your bullpen? No. Is he the guy we're going to talk about next in your bullpen? No. But can he help your bullpen whenever you're facing 2, 3, 4 in the 7th inning? Is this a guy you want to come in and pitch? Yeah. This is the guy you're going to go to when you're facing 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6 or something like that in that bullpen. 9, 1, 2 to get through the 8th inning or the 7th inning or whatever the case may be. This is 100% a guy that the Tigers want. It's a guy that the Tigers needed back. I don't see the Tigers being big players. I mean, you got a $12 million school. You're talking about, oh, you want to trade him because of your financial stuff. I don't see them being major players when it comes down to
Tigers are turning into the Pirates, bud.
Yeah, to a Bregman. I mean, look, Glaber accepted the qualifying offer for $22 million. Like, that's a big hit on their number that they weren't
Very big
expecting.
hit.
So
I mean,
it's something, again, and we're going to talk about this team Dodgers in just a second. It's not the Dodgers ruining baseball like a lot of people say, and I have this in our topics to talk about for a whole episode because I have a whole thing that's along with that came from MLB Network that I'm going to play. Like, the Dodgers aren't ruining baseball. The Dodgers are willing to spend money when nobody else is. Why do you fault them for that? Why does anybody fault them for that? So what? Guess what? The Boston Red Sox have one of the fucking best farm systems in the league. They could trade for Skubal tomorrow if they want. You know what I'm saying? Like, they go trade for Freddie Peralta if they want. Baltimore's been holding on to prospects for 5 years now. And you've made one trade, and it was Corbin Burns, and you got rid of, like, your 9th and 10th best prospect. You just came in last. The Orioles, who's dying for pitching, who we're also going to talk about here in a minute, they got everything that the fucking Tigers would want for Skubal. They can make the deal. The Dodgers obviously can make the deal. The Padres have a really good farm system. They traded the majority of that farm system to get all the guys they got at last year's deadline.
Yeah.
So maybe not. Oakland has a really good farm system that can go get Skubal. Houston can take on $12 million, send out some money, get some. Like, every team has the capability to trade for a $12 million Tariq Skubal or an $8 million Freddie Peralta. But all everybody wants to do is bash the Dodgers for running baseball. No, the Dodgers are not running baseball. They're spending money when your team doesn't. I'm pissed that the fucking Red Sox won't spend the money that they need to fucking spend. Your big market team, go spend the damn money. Yankees won't do it. The Mets clearly aren't doing it anymore. We'll talk about them here in just a second too. Like, I don't know. I don't blame the Tigers, but I don't see Kyle Finnegan as being like the guy for them in the bullpen, right? I mean, 2 years, $19 million, you can make $9.5 million a year, like, is what it averages out to, and you're wanting to trade a $12 million Skubal. This isn't a game. This is a great move. Great move. This is a. If I had to grade this on a walk to home run ratio, I'm gonna give it a double. It's a great move for the Tigers. If we're talking about rate this for the Dodgers, rate it for the Padres, Red Sox, it's a hit by pitch. You know, it's a move that doesn't move the needle at all. For the Tigers and what you're wanting to do, this is an absolute double for you. Like, you hit a double. You got slugging percentage up at this point.
Is it okay if we move
You can do whatever you want, wherever you want to go.
All right, so
This is your podcast too, buddy.
this is ours.
That's what yours too.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the only reason I want to move the Dodgers up, so we wanted to talk about, so Edwin Diaz signs with the Dodgers. Edwin Diaz is notably top 3 closers in the league.
Yeah,
Okay.
easily.
And you texted me that, and I said his interest at Dodger Stadium is about to be fucking insane. It's going to be insane. It's going to be electric. Dodger Stadium needs to be updated because it got built in fucking 1730 or some shit. Like, and
Is that how long it's been?
I've been there. It's a good ballpark to go see, but like there's no there's bleachers in the back. It's like LSU. It's like fucking Tiger Stadium, not Tiger Stadium. It's Alex Box. It's like Alex Box. It's a college baseball stadium at best, right? So I got a text from a guy that said, "Look at the Dodgers writing another check." Okay, so Evan Diaz signs for what he signed for?
3 and 69 mil.
3 and 69 mil.
4.5 mil is deferred.
Perfect. Okay, so I got a text and the group
Shocking
text-
news from Dodgers. Deferred money.
now they have 1.4 billion.
Yeah.
So this says, look at the Dodgers writing another check. And then I got another text that said, that's nuts. Baseball needs a salary cap. Right? So, and then the next text said, the smaller markets will never find success if the bigger market teams can just stroke a check for these guys. And then the next text said, how can the smaller markets compete than if the bigger market teams can stroke a big check for whoever they want? I said, every owner in the MLB has a fuck ton of money. The Dodgers are one of the few that actually like to spend it. All the teams have the ability to do exactly what the Dodgers are doing, but most of them are greedy as fuck. And then I got a text back saying that's a fair point. Which is true. It's 100% true.
We have, I think it's 4 teams that are worth, 4 teams, not 4 owners. We have 4 teams that are worth, no, I'm sorry. 0 teams in baseball are worth less than $1 billion. 0 teams. So you want to sell the Rays, you're getting 1.1 billion is what they're valued at. All right, that's what they're valued at, 1.1 billion. The Rays. Owners, we have 4 owners, I believe, that are worth less than $1 billion. 4. Out of how many teams, Coach?
30.
Okay, so we got 26 owners that are worth more than $1 billion, and somebody can fact check me on that. I think it's 4 is what I looked at the other day. 0 teams that are worth less than $1 billion, 4 owners that are worth less than $1 billion. As you told your buddies or whoever in this group text, every team can do it.
It's the guy
The
that
Dodgers
talks with. It's the guy that argues and says that baseball players aren't athletes.
Oh, okay, yeah. Here's my argument, Coach. How much money is the Dodgers dishing out? Hundreds of millions and billions of dollars, right?
Correct.
Not
They
hundreds
have
of,
over $1 billion.
not
in
hundreds
deferred
of
money.
billions, but hundreds of millions of dollars. I think their total cost last year was like $503 million or something like that. After luxury tax purposes, after all the penalties, after everything, it was like $503 million or something like that. Coach, Dodgers went to how many games in the World Series?
2? Oh, I'm sorry. Like how many?
Yeah, like on a serious note, how many games did they play?
5?
No, they played all 7. Come on, man.
Oh, okay. No, I thought you were talking. I'm sorry. The Yankees.
No, I'm talking Dodgers. We're talking Dodgers here,
Well,
right?
I'm saying Dodgers Yankees went 5,
No, this past year.
so it went 7.
Okay, it went 7. It actually went 8 because remember we had an 18-inning game, so we got a free game.
Okay, perfect. Yep.
So we had a game. Collectively, what do you think the Dodgers' team batting average was in those 7 games, plus the 18-inning game?
265.
And that would be well above league average, right? League
Right.
average is sitting around 248, 249, somewhere around there.
Yep.
All right. We know the Dodgers are spending hundreds of millions of dollars a year in their team. investing in championships. I'm not going to say buying championships. You're investing in championships.
Okay.
What if I told you, and you can fact check this, and anybody can fact check this, the Dodgers in 7 games as a collective unit won the World Series hitting a team average of 203. So please tell me, everyone out there, all of your buddies, how a big market team that could just write a check and sign all the best hits 203 in the World Series and wins? 203?
It's their pitching. I mean, their pitching is fucking insane, dude.
We don't have a salary cap problem. We have a salary floor problem.
That's the rest of the text. Was I said, I got a text saying, so wouldn't you say as a fan you would want the cap that was a mandatory spending for the talent that can spread out, thus making it more competitive? And I said negative. I don't want a cap. I want a floor.
Yep.
So I don't care how much they spend as long as they spend X amount. He said, so you're proposing that they have to spend at least X amount of dollars of cap, but capping them at X amount. I said no. I said, I don't give a fuck if they spend $700 million for the year.
Yep.
I don't care. But as long as they spend $100 million a year or $200 million a year, whatever it be, right? And that's just facts. That's just if each team said, okay, so like the luxury tax and all, right? If they change that to where it would be, hey, you have to spend $200 million a year, or else you get taxed to whatever the cap is. Like if you spend $150 a year, you have to give us $50 million that year to where you at least spend. Now the teams are good with that. That's fine, but it's bullshit to where I don't understand. And I brought the A's up, right? The A's had what, like a $32.5 million payroll or some shit. Like, make them spend more fucking money. These owners are way too fucking greedy. You have the money. You are a $1 billion company.
Yeah. And a $1 billion owner.
Yes. You have that money. Bring it out of your own fucking pocket. $1 billion is insane.
Here's the thing about it. Here's what people don't understand. Is that in Major League Baseball, there's a thing called revenue sharing. I missed 2 for 3. There is a thing called revenue sharing.
Like in college football?
No.
Or in college sports?
Well,
that's what they call it. They call it revenue sharing.
Kind of, but this don't go to players. This goes to other teams. The Dodgers paid out a record estimated amount, $150 million to other teams this year. To other teams, just because they're for everybody out there, it's like, oh, baseball don't have a salary cap. Yes, it does. Okay, you have, it's not called a salary cap. It's called a salary luxury tax threshold is what it's called. And there's 3 levels of it. And by the way, level 3 came because of Steve Cohen of the Mets, not because of the Dodgers. It's called the Steve Cohen tax is what it's actually called. So don't get mad at the Dodgers back when 12 years ago this team was going bankrupt, by the way, for everybody that forgets that back in 2012 and 13. This team was going bankrupt and had to sell and get bought out. All right. They are paying other teams because a team like the fucking Miami Marlins, Coach, guess what their total payroll was this year?
What?
Take a guess. Miami Marlins.
Lower than A's?
Yes, the A's were actually 23rd on the list of all teams. Miami Marlins were last.
20 million.
22.3 million.
I was close. Very close.
I was expecting you to say like 65. So that's really
Well, I know the A's is like 32. So
A's were at 47 actually. 47.
Really?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
Cincinnati.
Good for them.
Cincinnati, who's in a big market, less than 40. Chicago White Sox in a big market, 37.1. Baltimore, who we're about to talk about, finally spent money. But last year, Coach, they ended 33.4. We don't have a cap issue. We have a team with billionaire owners that don't want to spend the money.
So
that is the whole problem. And look, I do want to get back to Edwin Diaz going to the Dodgers. Let's reshift our focus.
He's one of the best closers in the league, and you sign him. That's what you struggled in as a Dodger. Can I get a beer?
Sorry.
No, you good.
I meant to do that
before
I started my Dodgers rant.
No, you good. But no, I mean, look, there's people that say that there needs to be a cap, there needs to be a floor. There's people that say there need to be both. In my opinion, there needs to be just at least a floor, and it's to make like Edwin Diaz could have went to any team. He could have.
Any team got the capacity to spend $23 million.
Absolutely,
any
team. But no team is willing to spend that on a closer. Dodgers are. The Mets might be, but if I'm a free agent willing to either sign with the Dodgers or the Mets, I'm going Dodgers, dude. Why the fuck? You just signed Juan Soto for fucking, what was it, 10 years, 765? Or something like that. And so you're telling me that you want to re-sign me. Okay, that's fine. You have me, and are you going to re-sign Pete? Nope, obviously not. He just signed with somebody else. So who are you going to sign to help me out? Because I'm the closer. I'm only coming into games if we're fucking winning.
Exactly.
So if we're not winning, why the fuck am I not coming? Like I'm not coming to you. The Dodgers win.
Yeah.
I'm going to be the new closer for the Dodgers.
Yeah, I'm going to the Dodgers.
100%.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. The Mets offered him $21 million a year, so that would have been 3 for $63 is what the offer came into.
Okay.
All right. They said they had a little bit of money to spend still, if they wanted to. But here's the thing: from what the reports say, Edwin Diaz and his agent, I'm not sure who it is, but they went to the Dodgers. The Dodgers counted that with 3 and 69, and they never went back to the Mets. They said, "Done, signed paperwork. It's over with."
So, and another thing, you see all these players are getting these big ass contracts, right? So if you go with a salary cap, like the Players Association votes on that, they're not going to go for that.
They're not going for it. And here's
Bryce Harper has already told Rob Manfred, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Unless if you're talking about a salary cap.
Exactly. And here's
get
the
fuck out. Like it's insane. I get very passionate about the salary cap talk.
Look,
because that's what makes baseball fucking perfect.
It's not just the revenue sharing from teams that's over the cap, right? Teams share it. Like the Dodgers paid X amount of money to the Marlins because they were the lowest paid team. They also paid X amount of money to Pittsburgh and Cincy and Milwaukee and all these teams. Like the Dodgers gave them money because of how much money they generate. That's what revenue sharing is. The Yankees do the same thing. Boston does the same thing. All these big market teams revenue share with the lower market teams. So it is an even thing that's going on here. Also, along with the luxury tax threshold, you're giving up draft picks, you're giving up international signing bonus money whenever you go over these things. So teams are getting penalized. You're not just writing a blank check to somebody with no penalty. And here's the other thing about Dodgers and everybody that hates the Dodgers. The Dodgers got $87 million off their payroll when the season ended. Okay? $87 million. Coach, you want to know who contributed of that $87 million? One guy. His name's Clayton Kershaw, arguably the best pitcher of our generation. You want to know what that one guy did? He arguably got the biggest out in the whole World Series, and it was in that 18-inning game with the bases loaded on ball 4 that the dude swung at. And he, I think he felt, did he feel it? Or it was a ground ball in the infield either way. He got, the out was made. The next guy to the plate was fucking Vladdy, facing Kershaw with the bases loaded in like the 14th inning, I think is what it was, or 15th inning.
It was something to do with that.
$87 million coming off the books when the season ended. One guy of that $87 million contributed, and he was making $16 million of it, and he contributed one out to the World Series. That's it. That's it.
Yeah, it's insane. It really is. It's this whole thing, dude. It's.
But let's just. Look, let's give Edwin Diaz just real quick his thing. Look, a relief pitcher throwing to a 3-WAR is very impressive. That's what
This
he
is
did
what
last
he
year.
adds to the Dodgers team that's going to win another World Series.
He was second amongst reliever pitchers.
We said what, 8 out of 10, and
8
then
out
they
of 10.
signed,
They're 2 for 2 so far.
and then they signed Yamamoto, and we're like, all right, 10 out of 10. Like they have to.
Yeah, like this is a guy again, 3-WAR last year, really good. Arguably the best reliever in the game, best closer in the game.
I'd say top 3. Well, Class A is gone, so top 2.
He threw a 1.63 ERA, which is really solid. 3-time All-Star, 2-time Trevor Hoffman reliever of the year. He is a 1-time Mariano Rivera American League reliever of the year. Like this guy's an absolute dog.
And his entrance is just electric. I hope they bring the trumpet every fucking game.
Every single game.
Every single game, except if they play the Red Sox this year.
Also, Coach, what's the Mets going to do just real fast? Because in back-to-back days, let me not rule it yet. We got another guy to talk about.
Hold on. So you lose Evan Diaz, right?
You traded Brandon Nimmo, who had a no-trade clause.
Correct.
And said, I'm out.
Yeah, so Brandon Nimmo had to agree to it. So Juan Soto now, because
I got to piss like racehorse.
That's fine. So you got another guy that left, and now you have Juan Soto is going to end up getting walked like 150 times this year. That's plain and simple. Juan Soto is he's going to be the guy. And I just it's tough to say if you're a Met. If you're the owner, if you're Steve Cohen, what do you do next, right? And I see we got some people watching. Please let us know what the Mets do next, because it's a travesty. Because obviously we have one more guy to talk about. Then we're going to talk about the next guy that left the Mets. You lose arguably the 3. I don't know. You lose one guy in Brandon Nimmo who is like a 5'6" hole in your team. You lose your 4 hole. You also lose your closer. What do the Mets do next? Not much, because unless Steve Cohen's supposed to, dish out more money to go get somebody after you just pay Juan Soto a fuck ton of money. What's the answer? The answer is, all right, we have to go get a new first baseman. Probably try to go get Luis Arias or Ryan O'Hearn.
The most recent news that I saw is they are hang the banner, very interested in Paul Goldschmidt.
Go get Goldie. Fuck it, I don't care. All right, you got Brandon Nimmo. You got to replace. All right, what'd they get in the trade?
That was the Marcus Semien trade.
Okay, you got a second baseman now.
Yeah.
Brandon Nimmo played second.
Your infield is
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. Nimmo was an outfielder.
Right? Okay, that's what
Jeff
I thought.
McNeil's their second baseman.
Okay, so now you need another outfielder. Outfielder, you have. If they go get Kyle Tucker,
not happening.
I've heard the Dodgers are in on him.
No, he's one of the Blue Jays.
Okay, that's also fair. Cody Bellinger.
It'd be a great fit.
It'd be a great fit. I think.
That would be probably of all the teams Belly would fit with the best at this current moment. Look, Yankees fans, I know you want him back. I know what he did for you, but where are you going to play him? You got Jason Dominguez in left. You got Trent Grisham in center. You got Judge in right field. You got Giancarlo hitting DH. You got Austin Wells behind the plate. You've already said you want Ben Rice to be your everyday first baseman.
Yep.
So where do you play him? And so if you sign him, and here's the other thing.
Cody can also play first base though.
Well, that's why he's not fit for the Yankees, because they want Ben Rice to be their everyday first baseman and Austin Wells to catch.
Fair.
And the Yankees fans, he could play instead of Jason Dominguez. We'll trade Jason Dominguez. Okay, great. You got a guy in the wings, Spencer Jones. Where the fuck are you going to play him? Because he's not sitting in AAA this whole year.
Yeah.
That's not happening. This dude's going to crack MLB roster, and you're not bringing up a rookie that's ready to play MLB ready and putting him on a bench to be a role player. It's not happening.
Very fair.
So I don't think Bellinger's a fit. I thought it was very stupid in general for the Yankees to give Trent Grisham the qualifying offer at $22.5 million. You could have put that money to Bellinger. He could have played center field. You could have dangled Jason Dominguez and trade talks, got another starter, got another closer. We know they need bullpen help. And you would have had Jones, Belly, Judge in your outfield, and you would have been really good. But now you don't have any place to play Bellinger, in my opinion, unless you're going to put 22 mil on the bench in Trent Grisham, which I don't know how the hell you put 22 million on the bench, but maybe.
Yeah.
Or you trade Austin Wells and you put Ben Rice behind the plate, or you trade Ben Rice because he's probably your best trade chip right now outside of Judge, obviously, and your starting pitchers. So you probably trade Ben Rice and put Belly at first. I mean, that's your option, but you really want to sign. You got 22 mil on the books. You got 30-something mil on the books. You got 20-something mil on the books with Grisham, Judge, Stanton. You really want another $30 million player to play first base instead of an arbitration-eligible Ben Rice, making pennies on the dollar compared to what Bellinger's going to sign for? And he's a lot younger? Probably not. Probably not. And so, in my opinion, the best place for Bellinger right now at a big market team, easily the Mets. You need a first baseman.
Yeah.
You need a DH. You need more outfield help. Like, he fills all the roles that you need him to fill. He fills them all.
100%. Absolutely.
My opinion.
I think the Mets going after Cody Bellinger to fill that spot would be phenomenal. To fill any spot, either Brandon Nimmo's spot or the other guy. And we'll get to the other guy in a second. But before that, we want to talk about Kyle Schwarber.
The Pirates made an offer.
The Pirates made an offer.
Woo!
Hang the banner. They're interested in Kyle Schwarber, and they offered him. And everybody thought, holy shit, Kyle Schwarber's going to the Pirates. Paul Skeens is going to get some offensive help.
Yeah.
This sounds amazing. Well, guess what?
Yeah.
The Phillies come back and say, hey, Schwarber,
Come on back home.
We need some more Schwarber bombs here. 5 years, $150 million, making $15 million a year. Is that how that math works out?
No, it's 30 mil. 5 for 150? Come on, bud.
Sorry, I was thinking 10, but he's old. Sorry. 5 years, $150 million, making $30 million a year, which is, in my opinion, a little bit
Look, I saw
overpaid.
something. I think it was Ken Rosenthal put it out there. I could be wrong about that, but it is a straight 30 mil every year. There's no
no incentives.
There's
no
no
nothing.
There's no deferrals. There's
Here's
no
30
bonus.
a year. Go play baseball.
Yeah, there's no deferrals. There's no bonus. There's no escalators. There's no, all right, we'll start you at 25, then go 28, then go 30, then 32, then 36, and we'll get to 150. No, it is 30 mil a year. That's what I saw. Don't know how accurate that is.
No, and
but
if that is accurate, good on the Phillies. Good on the Phillies for keeping your glue guy, your leadoff hitter,
yeah,
which is wild to me still to this day that he's been a leadoff hitter for this fucking long. You're keeping Schwarber. You're keeping your veteran presence. You're keeping your glue guy. You have him with Trey Turner, Bryce Harper. Cassidy hasn't been traded yet. Alec Boehm hadn't been traded yet, which, good God, his woman is fucking insanely hot.
if you need a place to bet, ESPN 3, ESPN bet.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's not a paper rush.
The Phillies bring back Kyle Schwarber, and which we all thought like, hey, the Phillies
No
have
backboard needed.
the Phillies have one more year, right? Like to get to greatness.
Yeah, I think this is
Am I
their
out?
no.
Give me one.
I think this is their last opportunity. Is this coming year?
Yeah,
in my opinion.
And I think the Dodgers will win another World Series. That's you can quote that right now, fucking clip it, whatever the fuck you want to do. I'll go grab some Millers up in the big fridge if anything. But this is a great signing by the Phillies. But what else are you going to do to get over the hump? That's my other question. My other question is the Phillies, being who they are, right? You've obviously been in the playoffs the last 5 years or whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, since you signed Bryce, you've been in the playoffs. And you've made it deep in the playoffs. But you have not gotten over that hump. And that hump being the Dodgers. What can you do to beat the Dodgers? And I think just signing Kyle Schwarber back isn't enough. You need more starting pitching. Aaron Nola's getting old.
And there's a lot of question marks, right?
Zach Wheeler, this is going to be his last year probably.
And it's coming off of injury.
Right.
Ranger Suarez is a free agent.
Correct.
Jesus Luzardo had a great second half for you, hoping he can keep that up. Be your number 2 this year is where you're going,
Correct.
assuming Zach Wheeler's healthy.
Yep.
And Christopher Sanchez, what is Sanchez's status? Let me see. Christopher Sanchez.
So he's
I thought he was a free agent, but I don't.
he's homeless.
Well, I don't think he's homeless.
Did you hear the conversation of Odell Beckham?
No.
I need to show you that. Odell Beckham Jr. said it's hard to live off of like 100.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Christopher Sanchez is still there. He signed a 4-year, $22.5 million deal in June of 2024. Boy, if he would have waited one more year, he would have got paid fucking quadruple that after the year he just had. But so yeah, I mean, look, you know for sure you got Nola, Luzardo, and Christopher Sanchez. You're hoping, which is a great 1, 2, 3, not in that order, because I don't think Nola's a 1 anymore. I think Nola's an average 3 at this point, just because of where he. Last year sitting at 92, like you're not pumping 97, 98 anymore. You're pumping 92. Stuff's kind of falling off a little bit. Love Nola, LSU boy, this, that, and the other. Got a base hit off of him one time. Went 1 for 1 off of him, so it was pretty cool in Monroe. But anyway, ball hit right back up the middle. Stay middle.
Sick. Should have hit him in the fucking head.
That's my career highlight right there. Is that I can say I'm 1 for 1 off of Nola. But it's one of those things where, if you don't have Zach Wheeler, that rotation looks a lot different. You say Zach Wheeler's your 1.
You said have one more after this one?
No, that's it.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah. You got Zach Wheeler as your 1, and then you can go Luzardo, Sanchez, Nola as your 2, 3, 4, whatever order you want to put them. Your rotation looks a whole lot better than saying, oh, yeah, Luzardo's 1, Sanchez is 2, Nola's is 3. Right? So, yeah, I agree with you. This is a great move to get Kyle Schwarber back. The Phillies had to do. You felt like the Phillies had to do this. And look, Schwarber had his options. He could have went back home. Yeah, he could have went back home to Cincy. Cincy offered him 5 years at $25 million a year. That's 125 total for the 5 years. The Pirates offered $4 and $120. They were willing to do the $30 million a year. That's a great sign if you're a Pirates fan. They're finally willing to spend money on a per year basis. So they were willing to get that, and then the O's ended up going 5 for 150 as well as the Phillies, but he ends up going back to the place he's comfortable, going back to a team that's willing to compete for a championship, willing to spend money, which we didn't know that was the O's until we'll get to this next guy here in just a second. But look, he had 4 offers out there. Essentially, he goes back to where he's most comfortable, which is back with the Phillies. 5 years, 150. Again, same things that the Orioles offered him. Orioles offered him 5 years and 150. Reds went 5 and 125. That's where he's from. There was a lot of talk that maybe he goes back home to Cincy. I would have loved seeing Kyle Schwarber in a Reds uniform. My goodness, that would have been so much fun. And the Pirates at 4 and 120. But Schwarber back in Philly. And Coach.
Yes, sir.
There's another guy that we got to talk about.
Yeah. I think
that is off the market.
Last guy on the list? No?
Whoa.
What?
I don't mean to, holy sheep shit.
What? What's going on?
All right, I don't mean to change from MLB back to college football, but ex-Michigan head coach Jerome Moore has been detained by police in Saline, Michigan this evening and turned over to police in Pittsburgh Township for investigation into potential charges.
Potential charges?
That's where it ends. There's nothing else after that. Whoa.
So I got the picture of the girl that
blonde-headed chick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that one too.
Yeah. Somebody said that blonde snow will get you every time.
Whoa.
This is insane.
Wow, this is going to get real interesting.
Oh,
Holy smokes.
shit.
All right. Well, we'll keep as long as we're on air, we'll keep everybody updated with the more and more updates that we get when it comes to Sharon Moore. But coach, let's go back to Major League Baseball and that last guy that we got to talk about, ex-Met.
Big Meat Pete, old Pete Alonso, and I posted on TikTok earlier, there has been a polar bear signing in Baltimore. Pete Alonso is a Baltimore Oriole. As of this time, they traded away Ryan O'Hearn. They traded away, who was the right fielder that they traded?
They traded Grayson to get Taylor Ward, the outfielder from the Angels.
No, this past season. They traded away. So Ryan O'Hearn was an Oriole.
Mountcastle.
Yes, Ryan Mountcastle. That's what it is. They traded away the two Ryans. And now you look to kind of build this team up. This team that was a playoff team that couldn't get out the first round of playoffs. And then you don't make the playoffs the very next year. If you can look behind Coach Jace, we have the Giat Roofing Marucci helmet right behind him. This is not a paid sponsorship. We wish it was. We love Giat Roofing. Giat Roofing is the shit. We love Josh. We love Josh Giat. Anyways, right next to that, right over Coach Jace's left shoulder, Coach Jace can turn to the right for a second. I put my Orioles helmet right there because the Orioles are almost back. The Orioles are almost there, and we're hoping that they can add just a few more pieces. They need pitching.
Bad.
You trade away Grayson Rodriguez.
Bad.
As you just said. You have Kyle Bradish, maybe. Corbin Burns is a free agent.
No, Corbin Burns is with Arizona. Recovering
He's
from
with
Tommy John.
Arizona.
So
That's right. I'm stupid. I'm sorry. I've been drinking. It's fine.
Zach Eflin is the free agent.
Yes. So you need pitching.
Bad.
You need pitching bad. There's a lot of games that you lost this year that were couple-run games, like that you could have avoided.
You come off of a postseason run. Now, granted, you went 0-2 in postseason.
Right, correct.
But then you finished last in the AL East. The Rays, who didn't even have.
Yeah.
Didn't
Now,
have Phil.
Pete's a guy that's going to give you 40, 50 home runs a year.
Yeah.
That's fine, sure. You also, Cedric Mullins, you didn't re-sign him. He was a fucking stud in center field. What are you smiling at?
This some Michigan stuff. This guy posted out. He said, Sharon Moore is a great guy. He would never do anything to jeopardize the integrity of Michigan or integrity of himself. And he posted that like December 1st. And he just quoted himself and he said, I was forced to tweet this. It's just funny reading, bro. Anyway, back. Who were we talking about? Cedric Mullins. Yeah, not
Talking about Cedric Mullins. He
not-
signs with the Rays. They don't even know if they have a fucking stadium yet.
They don't.
Yeah, I was talking to Justin, old J Mart. He said that the Rays, because he's a big Rays fan, he said the stadium's preparing to be ready for the 2026 season. Sure, that's fine. But Aiden was so excited that they signed Pete, and he was like, he started talking shit. Aiden said, "Hey, who'd y'all sign?" And he was like, "Cedric Mullins." He was like, "Oh, okay. Like that's whatever. That's fine." So you don't have a center fielder right now, or you have too many center fielders right now, because I think they're in a good spot right now. I think offensively, on your pitching staff, what the fuck's going on?
Well, no, it's not even that. I mean, offensively and defensively, you're set. I mean, you got Jackson, Jordan Westberg's a stud at third, Gunnar Henderson at short, Pete at first, Adley at catcher, Taylor Ward, who you just traded for. Dylan Beavers is going to be a dog in right field. By the way, keep that name in your head. Colton Cowser in center, and you got a guy that I'm going to probably be picking for my AL Rookie of the Year, Samuel Casello, who came up last year and still got rookie eligibility. This is a team that's got all the thump in the lineup that you can want. However, that's great. You can score runs. How are you going to keep teams from scoring runs?
I don't know.
That's the thing, because you have no pitching. You're hoping Kyle Bradish can go back to that Cy Young candidate that he was. He hasn't yet. And then what the fuck you got after that? Now here's the good thing for them. Again, like I said earlier in this show, they have a plethora of prospects that they've been sitting on for years. Kobe Mayo has nowhere to play now with Pete signing. Nowhere.
Right.
Kobe Mayo can be, hey, Brew Crew, we want Freddie Peralta for your $8 million, and we'll start with Kobe Mayo. What else do you think you need?
Yeah.
Besides that, because Kobe Mayo is a really good starting point for any team out there. Dude's an absolute dog.
Yeah.
And so that's a great starting point. Or you can call the Nationals and say, hey, Nationals, you got a guy over there, Mackenzie Gore, who's an absolute fucking ace of a lefty. You got a very young lineup with James Wood and C.J. Abrams and Dylan Cruz over there. How about you keep adding to that lineup, and let's take one of your pitchers that you can't afford in 2 years, and we'll give you Kobe Mayo. How about that?
Absolutely.
It's a great starting point for those two teams.
You need young guys that have established themselves. Fuck it, go sign Corbin back. I mean, it's go trade for Corbin. Fuck it, I don't care. It's one of those things to where, like, you need starting pitching and bullpen help because you had.
Felix Bautista is down with shoulder surgery again. He's going to miss another year.
Yeah.
But you signed Ryan Helsley, so you got your closer.
Sure.
Ish.
Yeah. You need something. You need something. And just signing Pete isn't enough.
And, dude, here's the thing with the Mets.
It's a good start. It's a very good start. But just signing Pete is not enough.
No, it's not enough. Look, you can score all the runs that you want. How are you going to keep runs off the board is the question.
Yes.
Because there's going to be times where your offense doesn't click, and you're going to go 5, 6, 8, 12 games in a row where you're averaging 1 or 2 runs. How do you figure out a way to win? How do you figure out a way to go 500 in those 12 games?
Yeah.
And look, here's the thing. I mean, look, the Mets, and I keep going back to the Mets because, my gosh, what do? You just lost your closer. You lost your starting first baseman, your most prolific home run hitter in Mets history, or second most prolific home run hitter in Mets history, in a span of 2 days. And you lost Brandon Nimmo, a guy who was drafted by the Mets, got brought up by the Mets, through all the systems with the Mets, loved where they were, was in the midst of building a house with his big contract that he signed. And then out of nowhere, he says, fuck this place, I want out. Like, no, something else has to be happening behind the scenes. Is it a Juan Soto problem? Is it
they paid him way too much fucking money.
Is it a Steve Cohen problem? Because look, let's not forget, this is a Mets team that went to the playoffs 2 years ago, signed Juan Soto and Pete Alonso. We can't forget that part, okay? Pete was a free agent last year. He signed a 3-year deal with the Mets with an opt-out. All right, we can't forget about that. You're supposed to go back to the playoffs and be better because you signed Soto. You're supposed to be better. And yet you finish, third in that division and you don't make the playoffs at all? And then you fire the entire coaching staff except the manager and Carlos Mendoza. It's the only guy you didn't get rid of. Your homegrown talent in Brandon Nimmo says he wants out, approves a trade, because he had the no-trade clause, as we talked about earlier. Edwin Diaz, gone. Was he pissed off because you went out and signed Devin Williams and didn't offer Diaz the money until the Dodgers came calling? Was he pissed off for that and said, nope, I'm out, fuck it? Like, and now Pete Alonso, your second best, most prolific home run hitter, second most homers in Major League Baseball since 2019 to now. He's gone. What is happening behind the scenes that we don't know about? That's the question in my mind. Because there's no way a guy that loved the Mets and Brandon Nimmo was in the midst of building a house, doing everything there, wanted to be. He signed a deal with a no-trade clause because he wanted to be a Met. And you tell me from Marcus Semien after 1 year of missing the playoffs, whenever you got a fucking $100 billion owner 1 year missing the playoffs, and you're getting shipped to Texas, who also missed the playoffs.
Yeah.
And you're approving that deal
Yep.
after Texas said they want to shed payroll. Can you think they're going to get to the playoffs?
It's crazy.
Like,
it's crazy.
Something is happening we don't know about.
Yep.
Whether it's in the front office, whether it's
100%.
ownership, whether it's coaches, whether it's play, something is happening because there's no way. There's just no way.
Yep.
Like, this shit does not happen. You lose your closer, your first baseman in 2 days. You use your closer, your first baseman, your homegrown talent, one of your best players in Brandon Nimmo with a no trade clause, just signed a big deal with you, building a house, all in a span of 2 weeks, and said he wants out. There's no way. Something is happening behind the scenes, and we will probably never know what it is. But something's going on there. Has to be. That's the only thing that makes any sense, in my opinion.
Yeah, we got a guy in the chat that's just
Oh wow, 9 new messages. Holy crap!
I'm
All right,
not.
let me get up to date here. Let's see what's happening.
No, don't worry about it. I'm not giving him any attention, and you'll see why. Just, yeah. It's. Come on, bud.
The government hates them. Okay.
I don't. Sure. Yep. Absolutely.
Cool.
Yeah. Well, this is baseball and football and whatever. Yeah, you're fucked. So sorry, bud. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and close this out. This is Sure.
Thank you for tuning in.
Yeah, thank you for watching. I guess
I haven't seen any of this until now, but all right.
Yeah. Yeah. We can talk about that offline if you want to.
Call in. Come on, call in. We'll
Hey,
talk about it.
look, send us an email, diamonddeckpod@gmail.com, and we'll send you a link, and you can.
We'll sign off right now. You can call it or join the link.
Yeah, if you want to join the link,
Let's talk about it.
and let's talk about it. Let's talk about that. We're more than happy to. And then, if you have a really good, sorry, that was a lot. If you have a really good argument, we'll have you on the pod. If you have a really good argument, which you have to have a really good argument.
Or if you just have a question.
3 arid
That's enough.
days.
That's enough. That's
yeah,
enough.
whatever.
That's enough. That's enough.
Yeah,
3
whatever,
arid.
whatever the fuck your name is. We'll have a good argument. We will. Whatever. But we want to have you just
We want to talk
conversate
to you.
with us.
Let's talk.
We want to talk to you and see.
Let's talk.
All right. Well, anyway.
I know.
So-
We said thank you. We just want to talk to you, bro.
Yeah, no,
That's it.
let's talk. We want to talk to you and kind of get your point of view.
Send us your email. We're
Yeah.
gonna log off. We're gonna holler at you.
Yeah, send us your email and I'll send you a link, bud. How about that? How about that? Please send your email and I'll send you a link, please. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and close this out, Coach.
All right.
You good with that?
Yeah, we went 15 minutes longer than what we
Yeah,
said. But
it's
all
not a
right.
big deal.
That's all good.
All right. Thank y'all for everybody tuning in. Please go follow us on TikTok, on all the fucking extremities, especially TikTok, so we can start to go live on TikTok. Whatever. So we can start to go live on TikTok. We need 50 followers. We have 20. We have 27 or I'm sorry, 29 now.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, we need 21 more. Share us. Do whatever you want to do. But we need at least 50 to go on TikTok. I don't care if anybody else follows us after that. So, but this has been Diamond Deck Discussions Unfiltered. Thank you so much for tuning in. And